Hello gamers, Matt Lemke here with your gamer goggles. Today we have another box breaking for you. This box breaking is the Soviet Infantry World War II Red Army Infantry from Warlord Games for the Bolt Action game system. Inside we have the sprues for 40 multi-posable 28mm Soviet infantry. Really? There's a rather detailed full-color instruction sheet on the entire contents of the box. Here's a very detailed list of all the weapons, so I'm guessing what you give your troops is very important. I actually am interested in using these guys for more than just bolt action. And then on the back there's another infantry body type sprue contents with a very complete listing of what is where. So it's going to matter how you assemble these models. And obviously they go through a series of different poses and profiles of the different types of the troops. Like here's a sniper with the, well, it's an anti-tank weapon, which was back in World War II a 50 caliber round. So I am going to grab a piece of cardboard real quick because this shows up better on the cardboard, and we are going to zoom in so you can see the amount of detail on the weapons. The weapons are pretty skinny, so they're going to be a little fragile when you cut them off. You probably want to use a pair of nippers. Where is this? This pair is probably too big for this because these are really delicate. Gale Force 9 makes another pair that is for smaller stuff. You can also go to Harbor Freight and get, or Radio Shack even, and get electronic cutters that are for getting into smaller places so that you don't do these. Because if you look at this, that's pretty fragile. Flipping it over, you can see that the detail on the guns is acceptable, but the anti-tank, well, let's take a look at the anti-tank rifle. The anti-tank rifle is to scale. It's got a pretty good amount of detail. You've got to remember, back in World War II, the weapons weren't made to look pretty, they were made to be efficient. So these are actually pretty decent replicas of the time frame. And there's 1, 2, 3 weapon sprues. You have, obviously, you get your bases. And then there's a series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Soviet infantry troops. And this is where we're going to spend a good bit of our time. Can I zoom in more? Yes, I can. You've got a command type figure. You've got helmetless figure. This guy's wearing some kind of, I don't know the term for the Soviet cap, and these guys are all wearing helmets. Good amount of detail on the faces. You know, arms. They didn't have body armor like you do in a lot of science fiction games, so they're going to be pretty simple. But take a look at the mobile hull cocktail. It is really actually kind of cool. I like it a lot. It's a great improvised weapon. It's one piece. The flames are there on both sides. Then you move into the body. You have the traditional, you know, the way they dressed in World War II. They always had like they're not really bandoliers because there's nothing on them, but they had their bands across their body for stuff. They have their bedroll because their infantry need to be moving light. They have the uniform of their, I'm going to call it, kind of reminds me of a medieval padded type of suit that hadn't gone out of style yet. And then you have shovels for extra detail, you have packs, trenching shovels. I'm going to grab another one real quick and see if there's any different. Yeah, they do have. Oh, I just missed it on that one. There's another set of heads here that I missed on the other sprue. But the sprues are pretty much identical at that point. Zoom out just a hair. Each sprue has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 guys on it. 5 times 8 is 40. I hope it's still 40. So, inside the Soviet infantry pack from Warlord Games, you receive the 5 sprues of infantry, their weapons sprues, and the bases you need to assemble them, along with, I'm not going to call it instructions because it's not really instructions, but it is a very accurate guide to the contents of the sprues so that you know what weapons are what, and you can actually don't have to guess, which is really good, especially if you're new to the bolt action game system. You can just be like, oh, I don't recognize all these weapons, I got to do all this research. Well, they really helped you out. That is the biggest and most important thing that they did with this sheet of paper, in my opinion, was they told you this, because I play a lot of games, so it's hard to recognize every weapon. And especially in games where what's on your model matters for representation within the game. So this is 2 thumbs up. Thanks for watching. This has been a box breaking of the Soviet infantry from Warlord Games for the bolt action game system. And if you like the video and want to stay informed with what we do, feel free to click on any of the social media links on the right hand side of your screen. That's there if you're watching this on our blog. Thank you and have a good day.